The next question is, how do you see your decades of experience in the corporate and entrepreneurial worlds shaping your approach to teaching and mentoring students?
Great question. How do I see my decades of experience? Well, you know, um, everybody here, they're just getting ready. You're even like, there's day one. Day one's going to be when you graduate and you get a job. You're T minus 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. I see my decades of experience, and again, I'm just one person, but I've seen a lot, that if I can take everything that's swimming around in my head and somehow impart some of this to young people before they hit the road onto the work journey, if I can help them avoid some missteps or pitfalls or arm them with tools that will make them more successful than I was that many years ago when I exited a collegiate environment and started working, that excites me. Like, if I wanted to go make a car, like once upon a time, maybe there were square wheels. Now we have round wheels. Well, I'm not going to go backwards. So if I can help people kind of get a jump start to their careers based on what I've learned, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And again, this is just the work world according to Bob. I'm just one person. But I think I've had a whole lot of experience, and I've seen some things, cyclical economies, dot-com implosions, different industries that if I can help, I think that would give me a great sense of satisfaction. And hopefully I was able to do some of that today with the students in the room.
You totally did. I'm pretty sure you did. And, we are, as international business students, we're really interested in learning about different cultures. And we know with all your background that you have been in touch with different cultures since you started your career. But how did you approach organizational culture when merging teams from different companies?
Ooh, that's a great one. So I have been with companies that have been acquired, and that is a whole other ball of wax. And I could spend a lot of time talking about that. I was with an online investing firm that was a startup and venture capital backed. They were then bought by a 2,000 person company, which was a big deal, called ING Direct, a division of International Netherlands Group, a Dutch company. And then when you get acquired, boy, there's some of the things I put up today about playing nice in the sandbox and being a collaborative person. When you're the acquirer, you've got safety. When you're the acquiree, you're being evaluated. And a lot of roles are redundant. So if you don't show up, with a positive attitude, can-do attitude, rolling up the sleeves, how can I help the team? You're going to quickly find yourself out. I found that my middle name is Richard, Robert Richard Weintraub. When our company got bought by ING, and by the way, then that was 2009, 3 years later, that 2,000 person company was bought by a 40,000 person company called Capital One. You have to be able to change your middle name. I said this to my team every time we were acquired, and say, my name is now Robert Flexible Weintraub. Flexible has to be your middle name because you have to be ready to adapt to a new mission statement, new culture, new performance management system, new cadence of pay, everything. And some people like change. Actually, very few people like change. Humans are typically creatures of habit and comfort. So change puts them outside of their comfort zone. And the number one thing I told my team was you need to embrace change and you need to be ready for it. And instead of griping about it, go, okay, every day something new is going to come along. Well, here's the new thing for today versus going, oh, darn it, another change, right?
Yeah, because this change will be the first step into evolution, into getting better. If we get stuck in the habit, we will never be better.
Exactly right, Raphael. Yep. And my father once told me, when things stop changing, chances are you've died because you got to worry. Life is always changing. And just If you can be ready for it, even if you know that could be a blind spot. Remember I talked about blind spots. Someone like, oh my gosh, I hate change. I get so stressed out. You know that, you prepare for it. You wake up every day, you're like, okay, I'm going in. We were just acquired. There's going to be some stuff that's going to come to me today, and I need to breathe through it. That's what I'm talking about. Be aware of blind spots. A lot of people don't like change.
It's all about leaving your comfort zone, right?
Yes.
Leaving your bubble.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want to do it. It's scary.
Yes.
Stepping outside.
It's very risky.
Yeah, well, it's risky. I'd say it's riskier to go start a business, but you're required by a company. Yeah, it is scary, but then you can actually make it an adventure. Like, okay, I know it's coming, so I don't want to hold on so tight that, oh no. Like, okay, let go. It's like a roller coaster. Okay, the big drop's coming on the roller coaster. Just lean into it. Have fun.
Yeah, I absolutely see eye to eye with you. Some people, they're getting stuck in one spot and they are not able to move.
Yeah, that's not good.
Professor, what is the best piece of advice you can give for youngsters who are willing to start their own business, and what's the key to success?
I don't know that I can answer the key to success. Biggest piece of advice, always be ready for the unknown. You just have to be QFR, quick, flexible, and right. You start, especially if somebody's starting a new business, they don't know what they don't know. And what they think, they may develop a product that they think will serve a need. And if they test that product and the signal that they're getting from the marketplace is not good, rather than doubling down and trying to force it through, they need to back up, pivot, maybe modify the product, understand what a sunk cost is. Sunk cost means you've invested, but if the road's out ahead, you need to cut your losses now and start in a different direction. Starting a new business is risky. I think most new businesses fail, and it is super stressful. It's not for the faint of heart. So if somebody's not good with uncertainty and risk and change and things moving at a rapid pace, I would tell them not to do that.
Well, thank you so much for the enriching conference and then letting us pick your brain a little more for this interview. We really appreciate it. That brings to a close to our interview, so thank you so much.
Well, it was my pleasure. Those are great questions, you guys. So hopefully...
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully it was helpful.
We would have loved to have a little more time, but we know you have a
tight schedule.
Yeah, but
a little bit of a tight schedule.
But thank you so much for your time. I mean, we wish the best for you. We really hope to maybe see you in the future, maybe next year on our Global Program Lecture Series.
It could be that. Mara and I were talking. I think it went well today. I would love to continue. I love helping people, and again, I have a lot of stuff swimming around my head. If I can bust my head open and share some things that help people or help take material that's a little confusing and make it known through use of the familiar, story selling, I would love to be able to do that. And I really want to thank you guys for giving me this opportunity. And if you have other questions, we should absolutely set up a Zoom to continue. We'll say Q&A or interview take 2. I'll gladly take more questions.
I'll be happy to do that because, I mean, we have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
We prepared a little bit way too much for this, but, I mean, thank you so much. And I know that you're just starting on this teaching part of your life, so we wish you the best of luck. And I see that you like it when Stefania calls you professor, and I'm glad to see you this happy. And so we look forward to it.
I've shared that with some of my friends. They're like, we're not calling you Bob anymore. We're calling you the professor. So keep it going, Stephanie. I like it. All right. Well, thank you all very much. It's been a pleasure meeting everybody. And I wish you guys all the best as you move through this journey. And hopefully, even if it's just 2 or 3 or 4 things that I said today, I'm telling you, some of this stuff you can use now and for the rest of your lives. And you'll laugh. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, he told me that. Oh, you'll see SMART. You're going to get to an HR training once, and someone's going to put up on a board, does anybody know what SMART means? And you're going to hopefully remember. And they're going to go, how do you know that? And you'll be like, Professor Bob.
Yeah. We've learned a lot from you today. Thank you very much.
You're too sweet. Thank you.
Professor.
Thank you. See you next time. We are a global program.
I think we're done. All right.